absolute and conditional convergence. A series UN is said to be absolutely convergent if the series UN obtained on taking every term of the series with a positive sign is convergent. Namely, series modulus of UN is convergent. In short, we say that a series UN is said to be absolutely convergent if series modulus of UN is convergent. For example, consider the series 1 minus 1 by 2 squared plus 1 by 3 squared minus 1 by 4 squared plus so on plus minus 1 to the power n minus 1 by n squared. Here the series UN is 1 minus 1 by 2 squared plus 1 by 3 squared 1 minus 1 by 4 squared so on, where UN is equals to minus 1 to the power n minus 1 by n squared. What is the modulus? What is the modulus of UN? Modulus of UN is modulus of minus 1 to the power n minus 1 by n squared. Since we are modulus, minus 1 to the power n minus 1 becomes positive. Therefore, modulus of UN becomes 1 by n squared. And we know that the series 1 by n squared is of the form series 1 by n power p, where p is 2. And hence the series modulus of UN equal to series 1 by n squared converges by p test, where p is equal to 2 greater than 1. Therefore, the given series is absolutely convergent because modulus of the UN is convergent. Therefore, series UN converges absolutely. Example number 2. The series UN equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 power 4 plus 1 plus minus 1 power n minus 1 divided by 2 power n minus 1 is convergent because the series, consider whose modulus of the series is equal to 1, minus become plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 squared, here minus become plus, so 1 by 2 power 3 plus 1 by 2 power 4, and we know that this is a geometric series with a common ratio T2 by T1. The second term by first term is 1 by 2, which is less than 1. Whenever the common ratio is less than 1, the given geometric series converges. Therefore, modulus of the given series converges, and hence the given series is absolutely convergent. Test for absolute convergence. All the tests which have discussed for a series of positive terms, namely comparison test, D'Alembert's ratio test, root test, etc., remain valid for the series modulus of UN of positive terms. The only difference which we have to make is to replace the term UN by modulus of UN in all those tests of positive terms. A convergent series UN is said to be conditionally convergent or semi-convergent if series modulus of UN diverges. Just now we discussed absolutely convergence. That is, a given series UN is said to be absolutely convergent if series of modulus of UN is convergent. In the case of conditionally convergent, the given series is convergent. The given series is convergent. When you take the modulus of the convergent series, that must diverge. Therefore, a convergent series UN is said to be conditionally convergent or semi-convergent if modulus of UN diverges. So this has both. The given series is convergent, whereas the modulus of the given series is divergent. Therefore, it is called semi-convergent, or it is called conditionally convergent. Series minus 1 to the power n minus 1 divided by n is conditionally convergent. Here un is equals to 1 by n. Here un is positive because first term is 1 by 1 is 1, u2 is 1 by 2 positive, u3 is 1 by 3 positive, u4 is 1 by 4 positive. Therefore, each term is positive and decreasing because n plus 1 is greater than n, 1 by n is greater than 1 by n plus 1. Therefore, un is greater than un plus 1, decreasing. Also, limit of un equal to limit of 1 by n as n tends to infinity is 1 by infinity, that is equal to 0. Thus, all the conditions of Leibniz test are satisfied. Therefore, by Leibniz test, the given series, namely series minus 1 to the power n minus 1 by n is convergent. But if we take the modulus of un, what happened? Modulus of minus 1 to the power n minus 1 by n, since modulus is there, the minus become plus, that is equal to 1 by n. What is series 1 by n? It's a harmonic series. It is of the form series 1 by n to the power p. What is p? P value is 1. And we know that the p test or the p series or the hyperharmonic series or the auxiliary series diverges if p is equals to 1. Therefore, this modulus of un diverges. The given series is convergent whose modulus diverges. Therefore, the given series converges conditionally. Another example, 1 minus 1 by 2 cubed plus 1 by 3 cubed minus 1 by 4 cubed plus so on is conditionally convergent. And remember that series minus 1 to the power n minus 1 by n squared converges absolutely. But minus 1 by n to the power n minus 1 by n converges conditionally. So these are two best examples for conditionally convergent and absolute convergent. Now we are going to solve problems on absolutely convergent and conditionally convergent. Let us recall the definition once again. A series un or an is called absolutely convergent if series modulus of an is convergent. It is conditionally convergent if the series is convergent and series modulus of an is divergent. Test the convergence and absolute convergence of the series sin nx by n squared. It may be conditionally convergent or absolutely convergent. We have to check. Consider un is equals to sin of nx by n squared, where x is a real number. What is the modulus of un? Modulus of un is modulus of sin nx by n squared. We know that modulus of sin of x less than or equal to 1 for all x belong to R. That is, the maximum value of sin x is 1, the minimum value is minus 1. Therefore, it is minus 1 less than or equal to sin x less than or equal to 1. That can be written as modulus of sin x is less than or equal to 1. We know that modulus of sin x is less than or equal to 1 and modulus of cos x is also less than or equal to 1 for all x belong to R. Therefore, since sin x is x take any value, x can be take any real value whose modulus is less than or equal to 1. Therefore, modulus of sin of nx is less than or equal to 1. Therefore, modulus of un equal to modulus of sin of nx by n squared is less than or equals to 1 divided by n squared. It is true for all n. That is, modulus of un is less than or equals to the series 1 by n squared. Look at this here, modulus of un is less than or equal to 1 by n squared. Now consider series. Therefore, series modulus of un is less than or equal to series 1 by n squared for all n belong to n. What type of series is this? Series 1 by n squared converges by p test where p equals to 2. And hence by comparison test, that is, we know that any series which is less than a convergent series also convergent. Any series which is less than a convergent series is convergent. Here series 1 by n squared is a convergent series, whereas series modulus of un is less than this series, whereas this series is convergent, and hence series modulus of un also converges. Therefore, by definition of absolutely convergent, the series un converges absolutely. Similarly, the series cos of nx by n squared converges absolutely. Test for the convergence of the series cos of n pi by n into root n. Consider un equal to cos of n pi divided by n into root n. We know that cos of n pi is minus 1 to the power n. That is, when n equal to 1, cos pi. What is cos pi? Minus 1 value. N equal to 2, it becomes cos of 2 pi. That is 360. Cos 360 is 1. Cos of 3 pi minus 1. Cos of 4 pi plus 1. That is, when n is even, we have value 1. When n is odd, we have minus 1 value. Therefore, we can write cos of n pi is minus 1 to the power n. And hence, the un can be written as minus 1 power n divided by n into root n. Therefore, series un is series minus 1 divided by n into root n. That is, the given series is reduced to minus 1 by n into root n, and hence this series is an alternating series. Look at the given series. You cannot say it's an alternating series because we are not given plus or minus symbol here. It is given only cos of n pi. When you find the value of cos of n pi, what happens? Becomes minus 1 value. When n is odd, it becomes 1 when n is even. Therefore, when you write the values of cos of n pi, we get minus 1 power n. Therefore, the given series is an alternating series. Let us find the modulus of un. That is equal to modulus of minus 1 power n by n into root n. That is equals to, since we have modulus of minus 1 power n is 1. Therefore, 1 divided by n into root n. That is equal to, what is the value of n into root n? N is n power 1. Root n is n power 1 by 2. Therefore, it is n power 1 into n power 1 by 2. Therefore, n to the power 1 plus 1 by 2. That is n to the power 3 by 2. Therefore, the series modulus of un is equal to series 1 by n to the power 3 by 2, which is convergent by p test, because this is of the form series 1 by n power p, where p equals to 3 by 2, which is greater than 1. And hence, modulus of the given series converges. Therefore, the given series converges absolutely. Test the convergence of the series x plus x squared by 2 factorial plus x power 3 by 3 factorial plus so on. Let us recall the value of e power x. What is e power x? 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus 1 x squared by 2 factorial plus x power 3 by 3 factorial, so on. Now let's take the given series is series un, that is equal to series x power n by n factorial, where n is starting from 1 to infinity. What is un plus 1 by un? That is equal to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 factorial into n factorial by x power n. This x to the power n plus 1 can be written as x power n into x. This n plus 1 factorial can be written as n plus 1 into n factorial. So that this x power n, there is one more x power in the denominator, get cancelled. This n factorial in blue color cancels with n factorial in the red color in the denominator. Therefore, that is equal to x by n plus 1. Let us consider modulus of en plus 1 by un, that is equal to mod x by n plus 1. We don't need to write modulus in the denominator because n is a natural number. Hence n is positive, therefore n plus 1 is positive, and hence modulus of un plus 1 by un is equal to mod x by n plus 1. Let us find the limit of modulus of un plus 1 by un, that is equal to limit of mod x by n plus 1 as n tends to infinity. When you apply n tends to infinity, the denominator becomes infinity plus 1. We know that infinity plus 1 is infinity, therefore mod x by infinity is 0. Because even the x may be negative. Because x is a real number. X may be negative. It is given x is a real number. That means x may be 0 or positive or negative. But here we take modulus, what happened? Modulus of x becomes positive or equal to 0. That is mod x is greater than, in fact equal to 0 also. Here mod x is greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, this value equal to 0, which is less than 1. Limit of un plus 1 by un is L. If L is less than 1, it is convergent. Therefore, by D'Alembert's ratio test, the series modulus of un converges. Therefore, the given series converges absolutely. Test the convergence of the series 1 minus 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 3 minus 1 by root 4 plus so on plus minus 1 power n minus 1, 1 by root n plus so on. This is an alternating series. Let series minus 1 power n minus 1 into un is equal to series minus 1 power n minus 1 into 1 by root n, so that un is equals to 1 by root n. Since n is a natural number, root n is positive, 1 by root n is positive, is un is greater than 0 for all n. That is the first condition of Leibniz test. Clearly, the sequence 1 by n factorial, namely the sequence un is a decreasing sequence, because we know that root n is less than root n plus 1. This implies, if we write this reciprocal, 1 by root n plus 1 is less than 1 by root n. This 1 by root n plus 1 is un plus 1 is less than 1 by root n is un. Therefore, un plus 1 is less than un for all n belong to n, and hence the sequence un is a decreasing sequence. The third condition of Leibniz test is limit of un as n tends to infinity. If we take the limit of 1 by root n as n tends to infinity, it becomes 0. Thus, all the three conditions of Leibniz test are satisfied, and hence the given series un is convergent. Now, if we consider the modulus of the given series, there is series un, modulus of un, that is equal to series 1 by root n. This is of the form series 1 by n to the power p. What is p here? P is 1 by 2. P is 1 by 2 which is less than 1. Therefore, by hyper harmonic series or by auxiliary series or by P test or by P series, this is divergent. Thus, the given series is convergent, whereas whose modulus is divergent. Therefore, the series minus 1 power n minus 1 by root n is conditionally convergent. And dear students, we noticed the first 3 problems we did not show that whether the given series is convergent or not. Whereas here, first we are shown that the given series is convergent, then we are shown that whose modulus is divergent, because the definition of conditionally convergent series says that a convergent series is said to be conditionally convergent if sequence modulus of un is divergent. Therefore, whenever you come to know that a given series is a conditionally convergent, the first thing is we have to show that the given series is convergent. Then we show that whose modulus is divergent. Test the convergence of the series minus 1 power n minus 1, 1 divided by n into root n. Let us take an as the given series, un as minus 1 power n minus 1, 1 by n into root 2. Therefore, un equal to 1 by n into root n. Therefore, un is equal to 1 by n into root n, which is positive for all n, and hence the first condition of Leibniz test is satisfied, and 1 by n into root n is a decreasing sequence because un plus 1 is less than un for all n, and the limit of un is limit of 1 by n into root n, that is equal to 0. Hence, by Leibniz test, the series is convergent. Now consider the series modulus of un, that is equals to series 1 by n power 3 by 2, which is convergent, and therefore the given series converges absolutely. In fact, here we need not to prove that the given series is convergent. But anyhow, for the clarity's sake, we have shown that the given series is convergent. Test the convergence of the series minus 1 power n minus 1, 1 by n factorial. Let series A and B, series minus 1 power n minus 1, 1 by n factorial, so that we can take un as 1 by n factorial. First one, un is 1 by n factorial. We know that n factorial is always positive, and hence 1 by n factorial is positive for all n. That is the first condition of Leibniz test. The sequence 1 by n factorial, namely the sequence un is a decreasing sequence because n plus 1 factorial is greater than n factorial. Write its reciprocal. 1 by n plus 1 factorial is less than 1 by n factorial, and hence un plus 1 is less than un for all n belong to n. Therefore, the sequence un is a decreasing sequence. That is the second condition of Leibniz test. What is the third condition? Limit of un as n tends to infinity. That is equal to limit of 1 by, in fact it is n factorial. It is n factorial, not n plus 1 factorial, as n tends to infinity. Therefore, 1 by n factorial as n tends to infinity is 0. Thus, all the three conditions of Leibniz test are satisfied. Therefore, the given series an is convergent. Let us consider modulus of un. Modulus of un is 1 by n factorial. Here un equal to 1 by n factorial. Therefore, un plus 1 is equal to 1 by n plus 1 factorial. Therefore, limit of un plus 1 by un, that is equal to limit of 1 by n plus 1 factorial into n factorial. That is equals to limit of 1 by n plus 1 as n tends to infinity. As n tends to infinity, n plus 1 tends to infinity. Therefore, 1 by infinity is 0, which is less than 1. Hence, by D'Alembert's ratio test, the series modulus of Un is convergent. Therefore, the given series An converges absolutely. You might have noticed in problem number 3, we have used D'Alembert's ratio test, and even in problem number 6, we have used D'Alembert's ratio test. The reason is, when you find the modulus of Un, we are not able to say whether modulus of Un converges or diverges. Whereas in all other problems, when you find the modulus of Un, we are able to say that whether it is a given series is convergent or divergent. Whereas in these two, for example here, the series modulus of Un is equal to series 1 by n factorial. Is it convergent or divergent? We cannot say immediately. Therefore, as we know that whenever there is a factorial notation, we generally use D'Alembert's ratio test, and hence we are using D'Alembert's ratio test to find the nature of modulus of Un. Test the convergence of the series 1 by 1 power p minus 1 by 2 power p plus 1 by 3 power p minus so on. P is greater than 0. Let us consider the given series B, series An, that is equal to series minus 1 power n minus 1, 1 by n power p. So that let us take Un as 1 by n power p. We know that n is a natural number, hence it is positive. And p is greater than 0, therefore n power p is positive. And hence 1 by n power p is positive. That is the first condition of Leibniz test. What is second condition? The sequence Un is a decreasing sequence. Yes, in fact here the sequence 1 by n power p is a decreasing sequence, that is 1 by n plus 1 power p less than 1 by n power p. This implies Un plus 1 is less than Un for all n, that is Un is a decreasing sequence. The third condition of Leibniz test is limit of Un as n tends to infinity, that is equal to limit of 1 by n power p as n tends to infinity. N power p tends to infinity, 1 by infinity is 0. Thus, all the conditions of Leibniz test are satisfied. Therefore, the given series An is convergent. What about the modulus of the given series? Series modulus of Un is equal to series 1 by n power p, because when you take the modulus of minus 1 power n minus 1 becomes positive. And what type of series is this? This is exactly the auxiliary series. And we know that the auxiliary series or the p test or the p series converges if p is greater than 1. And diverges if p is less than or equal to 1. Therefore, the given series An converges absolutely if p is greater than 1. Because series modulus of An converges if p is greater than 1. And hence series An converges absolutely if p is greater than 1. And the series modulus of Un diverges if p is less than or equal to 1. Therefore, the given series An converges conditionally if p is less than or equal to 1.